Hello and welcome to this tutorial in Premiere Pro. I'm Luisa Winters. Today I would like to continue talking about keyframes. Now I want to continue talking about temporal interpolation, and remember from the last time that is the acceleration and the deceleration that happens in between keyframes. And last time we saw linear, where there is no acceleration or deceleration. Then we saw Bezier, where we have acceleration and deceleration. And now I'd like to talk about continuous Bezier, auto Bezier, and of course, hold. So let's talk about linear. Linear is there's no acceleration and no deceleration. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to select both keyframes. Don't forget, that's clicking on the word position. That selects all of the keyframes, whether there are two keyframes, like it is the case here, or you have 2,000 keyframes. All of them get selected. I'm going to right-click one of them. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to go to temporal interpolation and then linear. And notice that all of the acceleration and deceleration that we did in the last tutorial just went away. And now it's moving from point A to point B without any kind of acceleration or anything like that. Okay, so I can, and I'm going to move this one here to the right a little bit so that we can see it. This is completely linear. It's not accelerating. Now, if I go into temporal interpolation and I go to Bezier, there will be no relationship between the incoming keyframe and the outgoing keyframe. To show you that a little bit better, I want to start my interpolation here at the bottom, and I just want to go straight up, right? And so my interpolation is quicker. I am going to move my keyframes closer together. So you can see that it's going from point A to point B, and you can see my speed curve here. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it better. It's accelerating and then it's decelerating. All right. Now I'm going to copy this keyframe here, copy, and I'm going to paste it here so that it comes back down and up and down, up and down, up and down. Now I'm going to select all three of those keyframes and I'm going to copy them. And now I'm going to zoom out because I want to move these guys left like yay. And now I want to paste. And I want to paste again just for good measure, right? So now it's going up and down and up and down and up and down, right? And actually up, down. I'm going to delete this one so that it goes back up. And this one so that it goes back up. And just going to select those two and paste them here again, just for good measure. And there you go. All right, so down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And now it's doing like a yo-yo, right? Because it's decelerating as it comes down and it goes up. And in nature, things don't decelerate as they fall. They actually accelerate because of gravity, right? So here we go. What I want to happen is that as this goes up, I want it to decelerate. And because it's going, the first one is down, I'm going to move the first one up. So it's going to decelerate as it goes up. And then I want it to accelerate as it goes down. But look what is happening. These keyframes, and let me zoom in so you can see this better. These keyframes, the incoming speed and the outgoing speed are not the same. So this is going to accelerate as it comes down, and then it's not going to bounce back up. So if we want to have a bouncing clip, as unnatural as a bouncing clip is, if you're going to have a bouncing clip, these have to be connected. So there's got to be a relationship in the speeds between the incoming and the outgoing. So the Bezier itself, with no relationship between incoming speed and outgoing speed, is not going to help me. So I'm going to click on the word position, going to right-click one of them, temporal interpolation, and now continuous Bezier. And I'm going to zoom out so that we see this a little bit better. And now I'm going to move the first keyframe all the way up. There you go, the second down, third up, down, up, and I'm clicking on the handle and I'm moving it up, and on the handle and I'm moving it up, and this is what I have. And you can see that now it's looking a little bit more bouncy. I'm going to separate these a little bit more so that they really are a little bit more bouncy than what we're having here, right? And maybe something like that. So it's going to start down, go up, there you go. And now we have a genuine bouncing clip. Again, as natural as that can look. You know, you would be hard pressed to go into an animation class and not do the bouncing ball, right? So linear, no acceleration, no deceleration. Bezier, acceleration, deceleration. Non-continuous, Bezier, no relationship between incoming speed and outgoing speed. Continuous, Bezier, plenty of a relationship between incoming and outgoing. So the same speed at which it came is the same speed at which it goes, and you can have your bouncing ball, right? Then you can have auto Bezier, in which you are not in charge. You're not in charge of the speed. Premiere is. And look at this. By the way, notice that the shape of the keyframes changed to balls. Look at this. It's just going crazy. Not really crazy. It's really a very smooth, but very unnatural because we're used to the bouncing ball. And then, of course, I'm going to undo that. And then, of course, hold. If I change all of these to hold, there is no interpolation. There is no gradually going from point A to point B. It's just going to be point A, then point B. This is what this looks like. Pretty crazy, huh? It's like it's just appearing. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And then, of course, if we look at the last two settings, if we right-click under Temporal Interpolation, we're going to see an ease in, which is an ease into the keyframe, and an ease out, which is an ease out of the keyframe. So an ease in is a gradual deceleration, and an ease out is a gradual acceleration out of the keyframe. All right, this takes us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.